Hello again, Elevate. This is Josh Doyle with Compass. And this week, I have a brand new member and newest friend to the Elevate chapter. We have Alma Vicencio. She is a stylist and she's the owner of Alma Styles. And I'm so grateful to have you. Thank you, Alma, for joining.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
And welcome to Elevate. I was saying to you, just before this, that I feel like you're a standout. I feel like you have such a presence in the room already. Maybe you even won Best Commercial already. I don't even remember. Maybe you did, yeah, which is like blows your mind.
Yeah.
So you're like a superstar, and you were saying this is like your first networking, like real networking opportunity, right? That you've tackled. So welcome to the group. You've watched these interviews, a few of them since you started. I always kick off and I just want you to tell us, give us some background, who you are, what you do, how you do it, and then like why are you in this crazy business? And yeah, we'll talk and we'll have some questions and get to know you better. So thanks again.
Great. So I'm Alma Vicencio, owner of Alma Styles. Basically, I have always been in the fashion industry. I have worn many, many, many hats in the fashion industry. I graduated from FIDM in Los Angeles in 2003. And then from there, I was a fashion designer in LA for a while. From there, I moved to San Francisco, and that's when I became a personal shopper for Neiman Marcus and John Varvatos, where I got a lot of experience with working with men, but just so you know, I also work with women. And then after San Francisco, I moved over to New York and I was a personal shopper at Prada and Tod's for a bit. From there, I liked design and I liked being a personal shopper, but what I really wanted to do was break out and have access to all the different brands in styling my clients. And so I decided to join a styling firm that was based out of Chicago, and I was the New York rep there for a while. I took care of all of the New York clients and decided around 2019, 2020 that it was my time to just branch out and do it on my own. And that's when I started Alma Styles. So it was kind of like when the lockdown kind of happened, and around that time I also got pregnant, and I was like, now's a great time to start a
Right,
business.
right, right. Yeah. It's great though, it's like it's from the ashes, it's like the
Yeah.
phoenix rising, Alma Styles was born and so was your baby.
Yes.
So that's awesome. You and I were talking about that, right? You were telling me the timing is like 2019, 2020. I'm like, well, wait, like March 2020, we were like locking down. And then, we kind of had this conversation about, everybody sort of being lazy and like not getting dressed. And you have this interesting perspective because you had some clients who were working with then. And I know for me, like I went from like a suit where, fancy suit wearing to like I don't want to get dressed in the morning. Like what were you saying to your clients? I thought it was like really great and I wish I had you at that time.
So basically, what a lot of people think is when I started Almost Styles and it was in the height of the pandemic, everyone's like, why would anybody need a stylist when all I'm going to do is sit at home and no one's going to see me? And, I could just wear sweatpants, it doesn't matter. But my mentality as a stylist, and not only I practice what I preach. What I did every day during the pandemic was I got up, I got ready. It's like making your bed in the morning. If you start off your day right, the momentum of your day will keep going. So whenever I got into consultations with my clients, they went from working in the offices, being very conservative and dressed and buttoned up, to working from home. And so what I did was to kind of shift the mindset of everything. No, if you're going to wear sweatpants, you're probably going to be lazy all day. But if you get up and you show up in the morning, you're going to look great on your Zoom calls. You're going to feel good. You're going to feel productive. So, what I did with my clients is I helped them with that shift to working from home. Yes, absolutely, you need to be comfortable, but also you need to feel and look good. When you're looking good and you're feeling good, that will show with your work, right? And so that was where I came in, and now that we're kind of into like this new hybrid world of working from home and going into the offices, what's nice is I can hold my client's hand and kind of help them with these cultural shifts that we're going through, right? Now, things are a little bit casual, but people want to show up and show their personality. So that's where I come in. I just kind of hold everyone's hand through whatever we have culturally going on, making sure everyone, feels and looks good no matter what.
No, I agree on, I think about it, we were talking about your glasses and your red lipstick, right? This is
Yeah,
part of
yeah,
Alma's brand, right? This is who you are. And like, I think in our professions, we show up and we are a brand, we many of us in the room, right? We're in sales, we're solo entrepreneurs, we're selling services, or products. And who we are to people, it matters, and I think it really, besides it mattering to the outer world, like what you're saying resonates so true to me, in terms of what we feel on the inside when we do these things, right? It's like you wake up in the morning, you're like, I really should go to the gym, and like you're like struggling with that, but then you do it and then you're like, I'm so glad I did that, like I feel so good, my energy is like off to such a good start for the day. And I think it's just like you said, it's like the clothing is like the armor and you're putting it on, and it can bring you confidence, and it can make you feel a certain way when you do that. Or when you wear the sweatpants, like you said, it's like, I don't want to do anything, I want to be cozy, so it's like, and you're setting an intention
yeah.
through these actions, right?
Well,
um
what's funny is I think that like a lot of people think of stylists as only for the rich and famous, right? But having a stylist is for everybody. Like it's not just for the rich and famous. It's for us. It's for us. Like we work hard every day. A lot of us at Elevate, we're all business owners, right? And so, yes, it's important to have your branding, whether it's through your website, your logo, how you appear in front of your clients, and whatever product or whatever services you're selling, they are buying into you and wanting to work with you. So if you look and you feel great, then they're going to buy into that as well, So that's what you nailed it on the head. My branding is, you're never going to see me hop on a call, have an interview, do anything without my glasses and my red lips. You never will. Why? Because that's my Alma Styles branding. And that's my goal when I work with entrepreneurs is, let's get you branded. Let's get your vision branded where it's truly reflecting who you are, and you know just like your own form of expression of
right.
what. Yeah.
No, that's great. I mean, part of the bringing light to members through these interviews, right? To especially someone who's new to the chapter. And like I said, I think you do have a presence, right? I feel that already in your very short period of time with us. But part of the point of me doing this with members is to educate our members on how to refer you. And like a lot of times we pick up those cues through pain points that people are experiencing. What are
Yes.
we looking for from our family, from our friends, from our colleagues? This is a sensitive topic in a way, right? It's almost
Yeah.
like, commenting on someone's weight or something in a sense, like, but there's innocent ways that people bring things up, I think,
Yeah.
about frustration around this clothing and picking outfits. What are we listening for?
So what we're listening for is anyone that makes comments where like getting dressed is a pain point, or I have nothing to wear, or I don't know where to shop, or I have an event that I have to shop for, or nothing fits. I know like I'm supposed to hone in and focus on one thing, but what I do provide is pretty broad. If any, getting dressed is a pain point, or the fit of clothing is a pain point for someone, that's when I want you to think of me. Because whenever I hop on my one-to-ones, they're like, it's a sensitive subject. Like, let's say I notice someone looks bad. How do I refer you? That's awkward. That's weird,
Yeah,
right?
that
Like,
is weird. Right, right,
yeah,
right.
or it just shows that it might feel like you're judging their appearance. But
Right.
that's why I'm just like, just get me in your head, anything fashion wise. If you ever hear of anyone saying like, I hate shopping, or complaining about getting dressed, that's when you think of me. Whether it's in conversation, whether it's professionally, like that's when I want you to think of me. Like, I don't want you to bring me to the table and be like, you know what, I noticed that you haven't been dressing well. I have a stylist for you.
Of
That's
course
not.
not. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It has to come authentically. Well, why don't you tell us the story of like one of your best clients and like how you met that person? Like, how did you get introduced? Do you have some, does anyone come to mind in that regard?
Yeah, a lot of people come into mind. It's just which one
Yeah.
do I want to share?
Yeah. I mean, you would share one.
I have one. So this was a referral from another a female client um, that had, and this is why I did the pitch in February for single men, that had a friend who just moved to New York and he wanted to date. So he hired me. We went, I went to his house, we edited his closet, we styled what we had. And then after that, we went shopping, right? We went shopping, we went to Bloomingdale's. It was easy. It's all price points, all designers. And we came up with a brand new wardrobe for him. He was just very open to the process. Like the people that I want to work with are people that will not resist. They have to be open and they have to trust, right? It's a collaboration, but you also have to trust too.
Well, I
So
think that goes to your personality too, right? I mean, you come across as so friendly, but go ahead.
thank you. So we went shopping and he walked out with a bunch of shopping bags, continued to date, and then later that week, a woman approached him and she was like, I like your shoes. And that was just kind of the icebreaker. And like, I don't know. I think I don't know. I love that it was his shoes because there's so many times both men and women do this. They'll look at someone and then they'll get down to the shoes, and if they're bad, it kind of ruins the whole image, right?
Yeah.
So she complimented his shoes and they started dating. And now they're together. They live together and he's
Wow.
no longer single in New York. He doesn't need my services anymore because now he has his lady who has excellent taste. But what I've done for him was just kind of relieve that stress. That's why my tagline is eliminating stress in getting dressed. And that was the big, he kind of inspired that tagline because you he's like you took care of just something that I didn't have to think about, right? Like I didn't have to worry about it. So I could focus on dating and taking her out and impressing her on work. So I just kind of eliminate that part of just getting dressed
Yeah.
for you. You can focus on the things that you love, right?
No, I love that. And yeah, if any advice for a young man is always like, hey, definitely don't cheap out on the shoes, like that's that they have to be sharp. Yeah, for sure.
That's right. That's right.
Appreciate that. Well, look, I mean that's really helpful. I mean, all of those are great tips. And like any good referral partners for you?
Yeah, I love lawyers.
Hmm.
I love single people,
Yeah,
single successful people.
yeah,
And just anyone that, works in an office but also has a personal life.
yeah.
I mean, I that's a
Yeah.
lot of
I mean,
people. I don't
most of us want to,
Yeah.
right? I mean, and there's obviously a lot of successful people in the city, and I think a lot of us can relate to the stress around getting dressed. And it's also frustrating, I think, to go into the closet and not feel like you're utilizing all of the wardrobe or feeling like, gosh, how do I dress this up or how do I dress this down? And kind of you probably have a lot more than you think you have, is
Yeah.
what I think people discover with you probably during that process of auditing the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I learned that a lot of people, not everyone, but most people roughly only wear about 20% of their wardrobe. My goal is to have you wearing, okay, maybe you won't wear 100%, but my goal is to get you to the 80, 90%, right? Um,
And you
that
help them, you help them Maria Kondo the rest of the stuff that
we recon
will.
the past and the things that don't fit anymore, and then we bring in new things. And the goal is a lot of people have a separate weekend wardrobe versus a work wardrobe, right? If there's a hard line right in between. My goal is to knock out that hard line and blend that together. So now your work and weekend wardrobe is more functional for your entire lifestyle rather than having two separate lives,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
that's me.
that
That's what you'll find. That's me. So we'll get to it.
can't wait.
Is there anything we missed, Alma? Anything else you'd want the members to know? I mean, I want people just to reach out to you, get to know you, have a one-to-one, hopefully hire you if they could use a little help. I wouldn't name names looking around the Zoom calls, but like I'd love to do, I'd love for like you to like style like a member a week for like a month, you know what I mean? Like, all right, take me in. I need 4 volunteers. Take me into your closet. We're gonna dress you for the Zoom call. We're gonna make you do a spin around on Zoom. I don't know. I think that would be fun, but anything
Really?
we can do to get more people in front of you. But
Yeah.
any parting thoughts from you?
No parting thoughts or asks. Like all I want to say is, in since February, since being a part of Elevate, I've been really, really proud to be a part of this team, and I've just met some amazing, amazing people. So I'm really grateful for the opportunity just to be here with you guys and to connect with everyone. And if there is a request, we have a spring fling coming up,
Yes.
gonna see each other in person. So if you want to do a shopping day with me, let's get yourself on the calendar and maybe we
Sign me up.
can date again.
I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it. I'm dressing for the spring fling. I'm
you
calling it.
are okay. We have to go shopping then.
We're gonna go shopping. Well, Alma Vicencio, I'm so careful with your last name. I think I got it right. But she's our stylist. She's the owner of Alma Styles. I'm so happy that you're part of the group. Love your attitude that you bring and like the charisma and like such a great new member. So thanks for spending some time with me. And I hope that people see this and reach out to you and refer you. But thank you so much.
Thank you.